And just like that, we're back with yet again another update on XRP. Wow. Like, I'm actually at a loss of words as to what's really happening for the crypto markets right now. We're in a bull, like extreme bull trajectory right now. I know a lot of people, a lot of haters that missed out are going to come out and say, no, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But there's no argument over this. Over the last 1 week, numbers are right in front of us. And of course, over the last 1 month, it speaks for itself. Dominance continues to fall down. We're hearing some big, big things that, we wanted to hear. Amazing stuff. I missed an update. Obviously, usually I do give you guys updates before the day. So yesterday I kind of decided to kind of take a little bit of a relaxation day, but we're back. I'm not going to miss these updates for you guys because we got a lot to discuss. XRP is doing some very exciting things right now. Next few hours, very critical. Of course, I'm going to show why I say that. Looking at the price, $2.58, up 2% in USD and also up 0.3% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation has crossed above $150 billion, to be exact, $151.3 billion. You can't make this up anymore. And the 24-hour trading volume at about $6.2 billion. Before we get into any further though, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So look at this. XRP open interest keeps climbing, $5.38 billion, nearing an all-time high. Yes, guys, a lot of interest coming in this time around. Of course, retail is starting to show interest again. Me as a content creator, I see this firsthand. I've shared this with you guys before. As a content creator, you can really see, the moments where you do see a lot of excitement coming from retail. Institutions have been accumulating regardless of what you say. I've been saying this to you guys before. All the moves that we did see prior to, this major rally, it was coming from the big money, which is from the institutions. But right now, on top of that, retail is starting to show interest once again. A lot of excitement. Bulls are back in control. Bears are getting completely wrecked. Moving forward, some big news coming out. You can see President Trump officially signs a strategic economic partnership with Saudi Arabia, while Saudi announces $600 billion investment committed to the USA. Very, very big news. And on top of that, we've been hearing a lot of big things happening recently. The biggest one that I would say is, of course, China and the US. We know the importance of that. The tariffs that they launched earlier have been reduced quite a bit, which of course is the move in the right direction. These big countries that, have so much power, they're coming up with a resolution, and the market is definitely reacting in a positive way to that. And Donald Trump has urged, for Powell to come and cut the rates at this point, which I honestly don't understand why it's still not happening. But very, very big news. And moving forward, speaking about big news, we speculate. Remember, we speculate upon super cycle, whether or not this bull market is going to be the big super cycle. A lot of people say, no, it's not going to happen, this and that. Of course, at one side of things, we understand why, right? If you've been in the space for 8+ years, you don't want to make those mistakes again, the ones that you have made before, especially not locking in profits and saying, this time around it's going to be different, blah, blah, blah. But this time around, we're seeing adoption happening for the first time. In the previous cycles, we've never seen adoption at the rate it is. So, from that aspect, it's just, we can't understand where the speculation comes in, how this time could be different. And on top of that, look at this. Senator Cynthia Lumens has urged the Trump administration to eliminate taxes on Bitcoin and crypto companies. Speaking about super cycle, I really personally think if that tends to happen, if we do see elimination of capital gain tax on Bitcoin and crypto companies, or even US based projects, guess what happens? I personally think that would be the biggest signal for a super cycle, where this bull market could go much longer than anticipated. Historically speaking, as far as history is concerned, sometime this year is supposed to be the top. So that is something that obviously we need to keep in mind. Very, very interesting things happening for the crypto space right now. And on top of that, speaking about the crypto space, Coinbase will join the S&P 500, becoming the first pure play crypto firm in the index, with Bernstein estimated up to $9 billion in passive inflows. Very, very big milestone for Coinbase. Literally, as OG crypto enthusiast and OG crypto investor, I am insanely proud of this because these are things we used to dream of. And imagine what happens to Ripple if Ripple comes on board, does the IPO. Obviously, they said they ruled it out. It's not going to happen this year, but that does not mean they did not say it's not going to happen in the future. If it happens in the future, can Ripple really join the S&P 500? Why wouldn't it? Of course, I'm speculating at this point, but it makes sense, as we are seeing crypto space going into the mass adoption phase, you are going to see the likes of Ripple that is taking blockchain to another level, with the infrastructure adoption and obviously the XRP ledger being adopted, more and more RLUSD being used. Things can really get very interesting. So big milestone, of course. And speaking about milestone, Ripple Hidden Roll will leverage RLUSD in its prime brokerage platform globally, a seamless bridge between derivatives. Look at this. Hidden Roll will leverage RLUSD as collateral across its global prime brokerage platform, demonstrating the first real-world application of cross-margining, stablecoins, and institutional workflows. This allows firms to seamlessly bridge trading activity between FX, derivatives, and digital assets, improving capital efficiency and reducing operation friction. And Ripple Partner Standard shares a video on what banking could look like by 2030, which is literally not even 5 years away. Transactions will be made safer and faster by blockchain technology. In the future, cash is no longer king. Cryptocurrencies may rival cash by the end of the decade, and I could not agree more. But let's take a look at what's happening with the price. Here we have it. Dominance is literally plummeting down. We once again went down to 62.13%, exactly what you want to see, and it's really showing within the crypto markets today alone. If you're looking at Bitcoin had this beautiful bounce up to 105,000, exactly as projected in our yesterday's update. How we are going to get to this level quite fast, and that's exactly what ended up happening. Of course, we saw a rejection as to be expected, a major resistance, but the fact that we're back above here and dominance went even lower, altcoins are feeling the love, baby. You can see this here for yourself. XRP, on the other hand, as I stated to you guys before earlier in the update, we have done something very exciting. Back in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Yes, you've heard that correct. In order for us to hit a new monthly high, we just need a move of only about 3.3%, and that's possible today alone. If we see the daily candle close around here, I think let the fireworks begin in the next upcoming days ahead of us. But the fact that we're back in the 23.6 is something that you don't really want to be overlooking. This is very exciting, and a lot of haters are going to be left speechless. Cannot wait to see that. Let me know down below what you guys think. Love you all. See you later. Been Crypto ZX and peace.